Okay, we're live. It looks like we're live, and we'll see who joins us here. Anyways, this is Coach Santos, Stockton, California. I believe this is podcast number 217. We are not in the studio broadcasting due to technical difficulties, but we are live here. So I'm hoping that you will meet me here. You got a question, you're a problem gambler, you're hurting, you're bleeding, you've got some kind of an addiction that's basically ruining your life. It's in the way, and you are looking for a best direction. You're looking for a solution. So that's what this podcast is here for. I am Coach Santos out of Stockton, California. Welcome, Race. Good to see you. Good to see you, Race. We're going to be here for a little bit. I'm excited to be here with you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not in the studio. Maybe Coach Jim will join us in the comment section. I'm excited. We are going through it, right? We're all going through many challenges. That's okay. It's okay. I spoke about this earlier. It's okay to have a problem, right? It's okay to have a problem. It's there with you. You may not be able to discard the problem there immediately, but as that problem is there with you, you can begin moving away from that problem. You can begin figuring it out. Sometimes you just cannot eliminate the problem just like that, right? Sometimes you just can't do that. It takes a process, but that process begins with belief and that one step, right? The one step. So welcome. Get in. If you have a question here, ask, share. Maybe you're interested in this podcast. Share the video and ask me a question. This is the place for any problem, addicted gambler with trauma that's bleeding, losing money, failing relationships. This is a place to be right here, right now. So I welcome you. Let me look at the questions. Jim, welcome. Good to see you all the way from Tucson. Tucson, Arizona is burning up, by the way. Burning up. Good to see you. Ray says, I'm so happy. I found a special someone. I believe I haven't seen her for 11 days and it feels like months or 11 months. Okay, about her. But that's because I believe she's the love of my life. That is wonderful. Hopefully that will keep you on the focused trail. Yeah, exactly. That's wonderful. Jim says, good evening. Gambling, Ray says, gambling is a lie. I don't remember how long I haven't gambled. That is the key. Move on and stop counting. Just do it. Just do it, like Nike, right? I was listening to this song by Alice in Chains. I don't know if you know who Alice in Chains is. Anyways, I didn't really know who Alice in Chains was until I heard this song, The Rooster, or Here Come the Rooster. And, you know, it's kind of a guy, a soldier, that the song is about a soldier, and he talks about his experience in the war and everything. And there's a lyric in there that says, more or less, they've come to snuff out the rooster, right? They come to snuff the rooster, but the rooster will never die. And that's badass, man. I was thinking about that today. I thought, wow, you know, the rooster, I will never die. And that's the mindset that you got to have when it comes to anything in life that's really taking over, right? Jim says, how do we deal with adversity? Well, we got to face it, Jim, right? We got to face it head on. Most people are running. They're running like cars going down the freeway. They saw adversity and they're running. Now, what I'm speaking about here is there's people that will bring drama into your life, right? That's another story. We want to stay away from that. That's part of the reason why I'm not in my studio today. Anyhow, we're talking about adversity. So you got to face it, right? The bottom line is you got to look at it. You got to stop and say, well, wait a minute. You know, we've talked about this many times on the podcast. You got to stop and look. Why is it that we don't stop and look? We're distracted. Our brains are wired in a different direction. Something is interfering. Something is in the way. And we have to identify what it is that's in the way. You have to want to identify it. And then you have to want to continue to move forward. Right? There's a lot of little micro steps inside this process, but ultimately is you got to turn on your belief. You have to turn on your belief, and you have to believe that it's possible. You have to convince yourself that it's possible. You need to listen to statements like that it's possible for you to do the thing. Yes, and you have to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And what if it costs me? Right? I'm going to do this. But what if it costs me? Well, what's it going to cost you? Is it going to hurt people? If it's going to hurt people, then you don't want to do it, right? But if it's going to be, if the cost is just you going through a little bit of pain, maybe a little bit of practicing something in the beginning, I got to get to the other side. You know, I got to get to the other side. I got to face that. I got to get to the other side. But man, there's a field right in front of me. And I know, man, I got to have the right equipment. I got to have the right shoes on. Make sure that I'm shielded from the sun. I got to get to the other side. But man, it's a wilderness that I got to get through. But I see the other side. I see it. I see it. You got to believe. And that's key. Thank you. Blaze Journey, welcome. Let me see. I'm learning to manifest abundance and tap into using mottos like Santos. I made my first motto, peace conquers, fear, love conquers all. Exactly. Mateo 1. Yeah, I believe that's in the Bible. That's a good one there. I'm manifesting peace. That's right. We create not magically, but we create with the mind and emotion. We move ourselves either into things or we move ourselves out of things. We're never going to be away from problems completely. We're never going to be away from problematic people because we're problematic people ourselves, right? How are you going to get away from? Well, there is a way to get away from yourself, but let's not go there. You got a plan, right? You got a plan. You got to see through. You got to face it. Yes. Abundance, peace, breaking through, breaking addictions. Exactly. That's the mindset. So how do you deal with pain? Do we deny it? No, we accept the pain. We look at the pain, right? People who work jobs are playing a losing game. It's time to invest in ourselves. I heard a guy who went homeless. Yeah, he was homeless. I heard a guy was a millionaire also when he was sitting on the street bench when he was homeless. That's when he decided to be a millionaire. But you know, millionaire is not just about money. It's also about health. Right? It's about health. And health is not just about food. We think health, water, vitamins and minerals, alkaline water, make sure you're hydrated. But health is also your mindset, man. What are you focused on? What are you looking at? What are you thinking about? What are you listening to throughout the day? I had to tell somebody today, look, I'm not a garbage can. I'm not going to be a garbage can for people. Sure, I'll work with you, I'll listen to you, but there's a difference between working with somebody and listening to them and being a garbage can. And my friends, you can be your own garbage can if you're not careful with your own thoughts and your own words. Imagine that. You're not going to let somebody else dump their stuff, right? Their drama, their steak. You ever eat one of those steaks that are just perfectly well done with the right amount of spice? Oh man, it's to die for. One of those steaks, they're very rare. Gossip is like that to people. It's juicy and our nature absorbs it. right? We're more into the gore. We want to see people get hurt. We want to see people damaged. That's the way we are in our nature. And we have to overcome that darkness that we have. So we do this thing to ourselves because we don't know any better. I didn't know any better. I was ignorant, you know? And we treat people sometimes better than we treat ourselves. Imagine that one. Jim, Race, whoever else. We got a few guests on here, a few community members. We treat people better. We treat other people better sometimes than we treat ourselves. And then we wonder why we're, you know, in the mud with the rest of the pigs. Gambling's a lie, by the way. Gambling's a lie. It'll turn your life into a French fry. Then it may cause you to die. But while you're alive, consider this and move away from that type of pollution. That's your solution. Find one step. Go forward. Say it. You might spray it a little bit. Declare it. Name it, believe it, and step into it every day. That's all you got to say. There's your power phrase for today. May it bring you grace to go forward into the right place. Save your face, right? We don't want to be a disgrace. That's what it's about, folks. Santos, you investing in yourself did so much. You inspire me every day, and eventually I believe you will snatch the millions. Let me tell you something. I've got something really great happening to me right now. I've been going through a lot of difficulties for a while there. This, you know, it's just the way it is. It's life. But I've got something that I've come across recently. I believe it's going to give me the breakthrough financially. I believe it's going to give me the breakthrough financially to help me get what I need to do in order to really expand on my mission. So I'm really excited about that. Obviously, I don't think I'm going to get it from YouTube. YouTube pays me pennies on the month. You know, I do get a few donations, and I appreciate that. Contributions towards the mission. A little bit, not much. I'd probably say, you know, maybe, well, it's not a whole lot. It's just a few dollars a month. We have a few people that donate. So I know that I have a big heart. I got a mission. There's a lot of things that I want to build with technology. I'm getting involved right now with a big technology platform. I'm excited that I can even offer people around the world an opportunity completely free to be able to get themselves out of a difficult financial situation if that's what they so desire. Now, I'm not going to talk about that right now. I know Jim knows a little bit about what I'm doing. In the future on soldiersofselfmastery.com, you will see some advertisements, and it will be showcasing this new platform that I'm going to be a part of with a friend of mine who is very, very successful, very, very wealthy, and healthy. And I'm very grateful that he's come into my life at this present time. It's amazing how things happen. You know, you go through life and you meet people, and then you see them 3-4 years later and you figure, wow, we met like 10 years ago, but we didn't connect. And now we connect and we know why. And Tom McMurrin, who happens to be a friend of mine via the internet, has come into my life again. But this time it's for the best. And I believe that, you know, in life as a business owner, sometimes you fail a lot. As a business owner, you fail. You fall on your face. Whenever you start a business, it's very rare when you begin actually make money immediately. You go through a lot of failure to get to a place where your business begins to take on growth. So I've been through a lot of failures. I've lost a lot of money, especially gambling, right? That's a bad investment there. I've lost a ton of money there. But now I'm looking at the future over the next few years. We don't know how long we have. We know that we're having issues with the banking system. The fiat currency all over the world is failing in many ways. The interest rate is going, you know, it's just going to keep going up. So we have to find ways to build community. I don't believe in followers. I don't believe in none of that. I don't care for followers. I believe in building community and people that you can count on, that you can depend on, and they're going to be there to help support and provide resources also. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe Soldiers of Self-Mastery is all about. And my friends, we are going to take this mission to another level. We are. So you'll be seeing a little bit more of that at soldiersofselfmastery.com. You might be somebody that's looking for an opportunity where you can take advantage of the technology that we have today, the artificial intelligence, the robotics, or should I say the not robotics, but yeah, the robotics, or the chat systems that we have today. I know there's a program called Chat GPT, and I'm going to get back to the comments here. Folks, technology is taking over. People are making millions of dollars, and I'm not learning this. Isn't this weird? And I've known this from a long time ago. People are taking advantage of the technology, the artificial intelligence technology, to help them not only trade crypto, to trade stocks, to buy real estate, to advertise, to promote health products, to create content on the internet, and to make you money on the other side. So let me let go of that because I'm kind of excited about that one. So yes, and I have invested a lot in myself financially. I'm going back to school again. Now that I'm entering this platform, I'm going back to school to take my mindset to a whole nother level. And you just keep growing, right? I was telling my mother this morning, Mom, if you're not smarter today than you were yesterday, then something's wrong, right? Next week, you should be smarter than you were last week. And if you're not, something is wrong, folks. Something's wrong, and you got to get on it. That's why we fall into these traps, like these little idiosyncrasies called problem gambling. You know, we gamble because it's exciting. It's a challenge, right? It challenges you. Gambling will challenge you, just like we. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a challenge. Unfortunately, you're focused on the wrong challenge. We need this excitement. We need all of these things, but the casino, the lottery. In fact, I bought some lottery tickets the other day. Would you believe that? I bought the Super Lotto. I went to the store and I think I bought $5 of tickets. And I said, well, you know, what if I win this lottery? So, but I'm not into that stuff anymore. I don't care to win the lottery. I don't care to buy tons of scratchers and I don't care about any of that. It doesn't bother me. I could walk right through the casino and go eat a steak in a casino and walk right out because my mind is so focused. It is so dialed in, my mind, when it comes to these things. I live 24/7 in the permanent gambling, in the permanent no gambling zone. That's where I live, folks. And when you live there, man, and it's an exciting world. It opens up new opportunities. You see things differently. You see yourself differently. You're going to want to engage with people that are energetic, that have vision, because that's how you get your vision. You get your vision by being around others that have vision. They're going somewhere, right? How are you going to go somewhere when you hang around with people that are just hanging around? They're just hanging around. They're hanging around to hang around, just hang around. What? So you're going to hang around with them? Then you're going to hang around. No, man. Go march forward. Hi, Laura. Oh, shout out to Laura there. Shout out to Mark. Big contributors right there. I appreciate the donation there, Laura. Hopefully Mark is Jim, I am wondering, being raised poorly causes us to get confused on how we treat ourselves and others. Exactly. Yep. That's the mindset that drives us in the wrong direction. And we gotta heal. We gotta fix ourselves. Nobody's gonna do it. Nobody's gonna fix you, right? You gotta fix yourself. So at least right now, for the next, we're here for 30 minutes. Hey, maybe we can fix ourselves a little bit, right? Why not? Take 30 minutes, 40 minutes here on this live. Fix ourselves so we can make the next couple hours, the rest of this day, a little bit better. Right? Are you guys with me? Or am I alone? Folks, am I alone in this? Or are you guys with me? Are we together as a community? Or is there something that I need to do? Is there something more that I need to do differently? I don't know. I think I'm going to be creating an app once I have enough funds, I'm going to be creating an app that's going to service kind of like GABA, Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy, for problem gamblers. They can download the app. They can have an interactive app possibly. Now, this is going to take some money to do this, some time. But I'm really considering this since I've done a bunch of other things. The problem is that I got to get all this stuff in front of the right people. Because if I don't, then I'm building things and I'm putting them in the wrong marketplace. But guess what? That platform that I'm going to be a part of right now is 300,000 strong. Or actually, it's over 300,000 strong because I became a part of it. We want to go to 1 million by the year 2024, and we want to make sure that everybody on that platform is getting wealth from their own data. Instead of Google or Facebook or YouTube or Bing or Yahoo making money off of you, you're going to be making money off of your data for yourself. How cool is that? That's badass, man. I'm telling you, customized, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to be introducing some good things to folks that are open. I definitely want to work with people that are open-minded to wanting to generate income. And again, this is an opportunity where you don't even have to have money to get started. You can actually get you can register a free account with our program, our platform, and you get some funds put in there just for registering. And those funds will grow over 1 year. You won't have access to them because it's just a free part of the platform. But if you share that free part of the platform, you can generate more income for yourself. And this is really cool. So again, I'm going to be serving problem gamblers that are, doesn't matter where you're from on an international, you can be in Africa. If you got a phone, a cell phone, I can support you and I can help you get something going on for your life and for your family. So imagine that. If you can have a cell phone and you're in Africa, in the jungles of Africa, whatever, as long as you got Wi-Fi and a cell phone, well, if you got Wi-Fi and a cell phone, you can gamble out there too. But we're not going to promote gambling. We're only going to promote the good stuff. So that's what we're doing. But Jim, yeah, considering the mind, Jim, we just have to really work on ourselves. We must work on ourselves, and we must be part of a community somewhere. I don't think we should be following people. We got to get that mindset out of our mind. It's not about following people. It's about being a part of a community and being an ally, right? I want to be your ally. I want you to be my ally, but I truly only want to be allies with people that are trustworthy. If I'm going to dedicate myself to giving something, whether physically or spiritually, emotionally, I want to make sure that I'm depositing that seed into some garden that's going to produce a good crop. That's our goal. And again, right, we want to produce good crop in other people. We want to help other people. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be nice all the time. Sometimes you got to look at people and tell them the truth. Hey, you need to stop doing that. You need to go the different direction. Oh, that hurt me. Well, it hurt you for a little bit, but I'm telling you the truth. So you turn and you do 6 months later, you say, hey, thank you for telling me that, man, because I see if I would have kept going, I would have went off the cliff. Right? That's what we're here for. Support, allies, we tell the truth, we live the truth. A lot of people may not believe that you can be free from gambling. You can be free from gambling if you choose to. If you want to be free from gambling, you can be free from gambling. As a matter of fact, you can get free from gambling right now if you make up your mind. You can do it right here, right now. You make up your mind and then you fight like Mike Tyson. That's it. You make up your mind and you fight like Mike, or fight like me. I guess you can use me as an example, right? I'm free. I live in the PNGZ. It's the best place to live at, man. And again, the permanent no gambling zone is not just about gambling, folks. It's about your finances. It's about your health. It's about your mindset. It's about people that are around you that may not be healthy for you. And little by little, you don't have to push them away. But as you work, they're going to move away. Nobody wants to be around like me. I sit here, you got a problem. If you love gambling and you come across one in my life, you ain't going to hang around. You don't want to hear me. right? Most people that will listen, at least partake and share with what I'm doing here, are people that have problems with gambling. If you're a gambler and nah, man, I don't need no help. I'm good. You could be losing your ass off, and that's what happens. Pride sets in, and guess what, buddy? You may end up losing your life, not just your bank account. All right, enough of that. I got to get going here. I'm already 26 minutes into this thing, and I'm fired up. All right, if we were raised in fear to please others when younger, and then we say what's wrong with the pendulum swings. Yeah, suspicious and resentful towards helping others. Yep. See, I get you guys thinking in here. I get you guys thinking, and that's the goal, is for us to get, because how often do you get around people that actually get good stuff coming up? You know what I'm saying? You open up the refrigerator, you don't want to eat junk food. You open up the refrigerator, you want to see some healthy, some carrots, a little bit of homemade ranch dressing in there, maybe some salad, some fresh turkey. You know, eat some of the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Drink some mineralized water versus that pond water that they're trying to shove down most of our throats. Anyhow, any questions, any thoughts, any concerns, folks? I'm here for you. I'm here for myself, and I know I can't be here too long because it's let me see. Ray says, I went through so much pain without thinking. There was light at the end of the tunnel. I thought I was frustrated. Oh, finished. Yeah, finished. KO. Knocked out. Yeah. All right, well, I wanted to be on camera tonight for the podcast, but unfortunately I can't. Hopefully by next week I'll be able to get back in the studio, or I'll have some kind of studio. Right now I'm kind of in a transition of moving, which is what I'm doing, and it is a little bit of a process, but my monitor got broken. I have a good sized monitor, and it got broken. That's the only monitor I have, so I couldn't get in front of the screen. Life. No, I didn't break it. Somebody else did. Supposedly my mistake. It got broken. I say my studio got broken into. So this was episode number 217. For those of you that want to, I know you're just eager to take notes and write down the numbers and all of these wonderful things, engineering and all that stuff. I believe this was episode 219. So next week, maybe Thursday, I might come back live. Possibly Thursday or Wednesday for sure. We'll be back on live and answering your questions, seeking out the problem gamblers, just seeking them out, man. Looking, where are they? I see the comments. I know they're hurting, they're bleeding. I can smell a few of them. Let me see where they're at. See if we can support a few to get up on their feet and go forward and get on. There's a guy that died, a man that died. And, well, many men die. Of course, Santos. All right, well, don't bust my chops. Let me get to my story here. Les Brown, who's a famous motivational speaker, he shared a story. Now, I'm not gonna do very good at this because it's just kind of mutilating it a little bit. Anyhow, he said this man was dying and he was on his deathbed. So there's a group of people around him, and this guy was a motivational speaker, and he was real fired up, and he was, sharing his thing with a group of people, and it just so happens that he was what was it? Just before the month of March. Just before the month of March, this man was supposed to die. So all of these people are there, and they're watching, and they're celebrating life because he's getting, and this guy's all fired up. He's ready to go. He's laying on that hospital bed, and so he falls asleep. The guy falls asleep. Now, again, I don't know for sure if this is how the story goes, but please bear with me. The guy falls asleep. So, everybody's doing their eulogies and their prayers and everything. And I guess he fell asleep for a couple hours. He wakes up. Everybody's shocked. Hey, you're supposed to be dead. Well, what happened was he lasted a couple of days, and this guy was a motivational guy. He was, known for his fired speeches or whatever. Maybe I think he was a pastor of a church. He died. Finally went into March, And he died on March number 4. So the message is supposedly that this guy kept himself alive, right? That's not true. God has all this in store. He died on March the 4th. And it's almost as if he was telling that group of people, March 4th, after he died. Now, I don't know if that's true. It's just a good story. It's kind of compelling a little bit, but I think it might have been a true story. The guy died March 4th. So that's my message to you guys. After this, after I'm gone, March 4th. March 4th. Actually, we're already past March 4th, but I would advise you to March 4th. Right into the PNGZ. Keith, oh sorry, your monitor got broken. Yeah, it's gone. And by the way, that monitor, at the 32-inch monitor, it's a pretty good monitor, but it's curved. Man, those are the best, the curved. That 32-inch monitor today, it was a little bit over $300. I don't think it's going to cost $300 today. I think the price went up a little bit. So I haven't even looked at the new ones yet. But anyhow, that was a really good screen. So we'll have to get another one. City by the Bay, the legend. Car Talk. Today's Car Talk. Yeah, my studio's temporarily down. But hey, at least I kept my Sunday commitment. I talked to my mom on the East Coast. She says, son, today's Saturday. I said, no. According to my watch, today is Sunday. And according to my phone, it's Sunday. And she almost had me convinced there for a minute. These days go by so quick, and especially if you're kind of semi-retired like me. I'm kind of semi-retired by force. Folks, some of the stuff that's happening to me is kind of incredible. I could be really angry and bitter inside, but I'm choosing not to. I'm not going there. No. I told my daughter, I said, in life, you have 2 walls to look at. You can choose to look at the wall of shame. You could look at the wall of shame, or you could look at the wall of fame. It's your choice, right? Your accomplishments, the little things that you did, your essay, your journaling that you did. Maybe you spent a little bit of time on Santos webinar for a little bit. Those are good deeds. But then you got the wall over here, the shame, right? Your failures, the people that point a finger at you, your own mind sitting there telling you that you're just this and the other thing or whatever. It's your choice. So you can either focus on your wall of shame or your wall of fame. And when things go bad, it's so easy to focus on the wall of, right? It's so easy. So when times are going good, we don't focus on anything. We just, we live. When times get rough. But when times are good, that's when we really should be focusing on the wall of fame to prepare us for those difficult storms that you're going to go through, because you might get caught up in a storm and you start looking at your wall of shame. But if you're used to looking at your wall of fame, that's going to keep you anchored during your storm, that tornado that hits you, right? That earthquake or whatever it is. You get a mudslide in your life, figuratively speaking. All of these things, you get pelted with hail. Man, the other day, not too long ago, I seen hail come down on my vehicle. I've never seen it before. And if you were out there walking around, you get pelted, that would have hurt. You never know. So somebody was out running around, they might have gotten pelted by those things. That hurt. So that's physical, right? That's obviously for real. Figuratively speaking, my friend, the earth underneath you is going to turn to sand sometimes. Am I live again, or did we? Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. All right. Anybody? Man, I appreciate all you guys. Everybody part of this community, man, get fired up. Fire yourself up, man. Today, get your journal. Dust it off. Dust that thing off and begin writing out your plan. What are you going to do? You need finances? Begin. Hey, Santos, you got an idea where... of course I can. What do you... Okay, we can do that. Communicate, right? We can do these things. Plan. Write it out so that it becomes your focus. If you don't write out your plan, it ain't going to become your focus. You ain't going to do nothing. You won't. You got to write it out so it gets in your head. And the more you write it out, the more condensed it becomes, the shorter it gets, and it becomes like 1 or 2 little sentences, and that becomes your mission. Powerful, man. You talk about a driver. You get your mission going and you focus on that mission with tenacity. Like Napoleon Hill says, when you focus with a laser focus on what it is that you want, laser focus, oh man, get out of the way. Get out. Close the door. I'm coming through. Yeah. That's what needs to happen. Keith says that wall of fame is looking pretty bare right now. Well, you got to stack them up, man. Little, right? What can you do? What can you do right today? Get on a journal and write something in a journal. Boom. There's a step right there on your wall of fame. One little 5-minute little thing that you write on your journal that's going to motivate you, that's going to inspire you. You might even get an idea. Just from sitting here, you might get an idea. And if you don't write POIs down, points of interest, you're losing out, my friend. You're losing out. Not just what I'm saying, it's what you're thinking. You see your mechanism. You're smart. You're smarter than you realize. You've got more in here than you'll ever need. You've got it all in there. In fact, you've got so much in here, you're not even going to tap. You might get maybe 10, 15, 20% into there. You're not going to tap 100% because if you did, they'd call you a super genius probably, right? But nobody can get 100%. But you can get in there and, begin lubricating the gears. Santos, start lubricating your gears, man. It could be rusty in there, right? Maybe your lens inside here is the lens. Might have to change the lens. Or maybe you just got to dust the lens off a little bit, right? You got that camera going, whatever it is that you got to upgrade and clean up, dust off. Maybe the plug's not plugged in all the way, right? And it's got like dust all over the plug, so it's not going to have a good connect. Clean that up, plug it in. It's a mind. It's your mind. You get that thing going. How do you start it? Man, crank start it if you have to with paper, right? Crank start it. There's no pull starter. You can't, you get on a Harley Davidson. They used to be, right? Boom, with your foot, right? Now it's a push button. Yours, right here. This is your nucleus. Or you could use other things, but for right now, let's just use this because it's a great example. Right? Carry 2 of them around. Sometimes 1 is not enough. Maybe you gotta have 3 of them around. 1 for this, 1 for the other thing. Keep you focused, folks. You want to know why I don't gamble anymore? Because I'm focused. I'm focused. And I have a lot of stuff in my life. I could be real bitter and angry. Things get broken. Money gets lost. Things happen. Oh, well, build some more. Well, you don't have enough money for this. Well, I got to generate more income then. What's the problem? Well, you don't have, not the problem. The solution is you just got to generate more income. That generally is isn't it? The solution to most things, you got to generate more income. Somebody comes to me, you got to generate more income, right? That generally is the solution. Another thing that I'm going to be working on, I'm going to see if I can, when it comes to coaching, as I mentioned, I've got four spots every month. Well, depends if they're filled up. 4 spots for personal coaching, but I want to see if I can get like a program where people, if they don't have the full amount to pay me for 2 months, they can actually maybe like do it through their insurance. Like you might have insurance and then you just pay like a copay or something like that. I don't know if I can do that. That would be very less expensive for people to get coaching, personalized coaching for 90 days with me. And I'm telling you, you spend 90 days with me coaching, I kind of think you're going to be a different person. I kind of think so. Anyhow, you can determine that. So that's what we've got going on. Lupita, hello. Hi, Lupita. Welcome. Keith says, you're right, Santos. I have to use my time wisely. Hey, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the contribution there, Mark. Mark donated $1,000. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't donate $1,000, but it was a nice gift. Let's just say that it came and it helped, and him and Laura. So, and everybody else. I know Jim has contributed. I think all you guys have contributed. I believe you guys have all contributed. Out of time. There you go. Thank you for being here. I didn't see that. All right, this message is held for review. Let me see. Stacy Shift. Oh boy, wow. Look at this. So there's two messages. I got to see them. We have, let me show them, because we have, there we go. We have a person there. I don't think that person's still here, but it's just interesting. I look at these comments, and that person right there that put that comment, this Stacy, and probably that's not her name or his name. That person right there is bleeding big time. That person right there is bleeding big time. I feel bad for you, whoever you are. I don't know if you're watching, but I do. I feel bad for you. Now, let me say, I just, maybe a little bit of empathy, but that's about it, right? Because you don't go around telling people like that, hey, I may not be up to everybody's taste. I know that. There's always room for improvement in my life. I got to get better. I know that. Maybe like my last episode sucked or didn't work. Well, whatever. I know that. Every day you should be improving. So again, you know, this troll or this mannequin here, Stacy, might be a bot. Anyways, kind of interesting there. So, hey, Mark. So any questions before I get off the airwaves? All you guys, Laura, Mark, Stacy, I hope that you get some help, whoever you are there. So that's fine. No one likes me. You know, that's funny that this might be, I'm wondering if it might be just like a family member that's on here, a family member, because why all of a sudden somebody like this would come on here? That's kind of strange. So anyways, hey, I believe that if you plant bad seed, you've got karma coming your way. Somehow, what you're doing here, planting that bad seed, is going to come right back like a boomerang, and it's going to hit you right between the eyes, my friend. So I would be careful if I was you, going around making statements like that. You see, I could be mean, and of course, if there's any more, I'll just delete them. But you're hurting, whoever you are. You're hurting, and you need to get some support. You need to get some support. So, could be an inside job. Let me see. Did you see City by the Bay? Let me see. Let me see what you got here, City. I seen it. We are back on. Okay. Let me see. City by the Bay. Santos, if you could experience any feeling, what would it be? For me, it was feeling proud, because if you are proud, you are happy inside. Yeah. Yeah. But there's good pride, right? There's good pride, and then there's bad pride. And again, I talked about this earlier. You have to know who you are. You have to come to that place where you really understand who you are. And that's a lifelong journey right there. It's a frightening journey. I call it taking a trip down memory lane. So you have to take a trip down memory lane within yourself to really find who you are, to really find what's going to move you. Not what moves you, but what is really going to move you, right? Because you want to move forward, right? You want to be better. You want to stop the gambling. You want to generate more income. You want to be proper when it comes to relationships. You don't want relationships melting on you. You don't want to be melting relationships. You want to be restructuring. You want to be rebuilding or reinforcing relationships. One or two or three of them. And if that's all you have, that's good for me. I don't need a ton of people. You know what? A good few allies, and we can work together, and we can build shit. We can form communities. You know, sometimes people come into our lives, and if we don't really investigate those people to see what it is that they really have to give, we miss out. We miss out. And I'm here. I don't know how long God's going to keep me on this planet. But I can tell you, I have some gifts and some abilities to use to share with folks, my community. And if you're willing, you can take advantage in the right way, right? I'm not going to let you take advantage of me, but you can take advantage of these things in the right way for yourself. That's why you're here. I imagine that's why you're here. I don't think you're here for just, well, you stumbled on my video, I don't think so. You're here. There's a divine reason why you're here in this community. That's a fact. So we got to search, what is the purpose? Why am I here? Do I feel right here? Do I feel like maybe I can grow from here, right? You're not meant to stay here. You're meant to grow from here. You don't stay here. You grow from here. Who knows? You might develop another YouTube channel. You might develop who knows what you might develop when you stop gambling because you've been here. You're welcome. So hopefully I got that question there. I think self-esteem comes down to how proud you are about yourself. Well, Laura says, I'm actually gambling occasionally. Well, we know why, right? Again, I'm not here to condemn anybody, but if it's a problem, you have to confront it. If you know that it can become a problem, you must confront it. Gambling is like poison. Once it gets in you, it will spread. It will spread, and you won't be able to stop that spread. For some people, it's almost impossible to get out of it. For some people, they kill themselves. They shoot themselves, they stab themselves to death, or they commit some weird death because they can't get out of it. That's the reality. 1 out of every 5 attempt suicide. It might be higher now. And we don't know the exact percentage of people that do kill themselves, but I can tell you they're out there. I've seen, I've heard, I've talked to a few people. I don't know if I've ever talked to somebody that's really hurt somebody physically. In a sense, I have, but I remember talking to this one lady, or 2 people that wanted to commit suicide because they didn't know what to do. I don't know where they are. Never heard from them again. As far as I know, they've not contacted me, and they might be gone. That's a tragedy, it's just sad, man. It doesn't have to be that way. And if I can prevent it from happening, that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right. Well, Laura says the job gets me gambling. No, Laura. Come on, Laura. It's not the job. It's ourselves. It's the trickery of the mind. There's trickery of the mind. We forget. We get amnesia, right? We did bad last week or last month, and we get amnesia. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to get rid of the amnesia. And you got to see the reality, because, you could be paying a bill every month with that gambling money. You could be paying a bill that you owe money on, a bill, something specific, over 6 months, 7 months. I've seen it happen, man. People lose all kinds of stuff. They lose their dignity. But I'm not here to judge anybody. You guys are going to do whatever you want to, but I just pray that you get to that place where you have PNGZ. Doesn't that sound peaceful? PNGZ. It sounds peaceful, doesn't it? Because it is, man. It is peaceful. PNGZ. Inside your head. Permanent no gambling zone. Permanent no gambling zone. Inside, deep, buried inside your head in there. In that compartment where it needs to be secured. You got compartments inside your head. All these compartments. So that compartment, it needs to be opened up, and the seed needs to be deposited in there. PNGZ, permanent, no gambling zone. Man, I'm telling you, whoo, I get fired up, man, on that one. Bend reality. Yeah, Mark, you strong, focused driver have to be top of the game. That's a distraction. You can do it really. The one it's sheer free. Confronting the problems in our lives puts the odds in our favor. Yes. Uh, you're awesome, coach. My boyfriend and I focus on what we used to do and start going to the gym again because he never had this gambling problem when he used to go to the gym. That's a good, health is big. Health is big. And again, folks, I'm going to bring this up. This is something very important that I am a part of now with a friend of mine by the name of Tom McMurrin and a young lady by the name of Rhea. She is New Zealander. So we've just entered into a platform. I'm going to be bringing that into the Soldiers of Self-Mastery website. It's going to be an opportunity for individuals that are interested in capitalizing on artificial intelligence and your data. We are actually teaching people how to monetize their data. So your data, and by the way, if you're interested in wanting to generate income, please pay attention to this for a moment. Your data is being sold by companies. It's being sold by companies. It's being bought by companies. Your personal health, your likes, your dislikes, your colors, your heights, the types of foods that you're interested in, all of that is going into data banks on the internet. And all of that is being sold. Somebody's making money off your data. And you probably know this already. So what we're doing is we're introducing something that's been around for a couple of years now. But because of technology, artificial intelligence, and something called secure contracts, we now have the ability to make money off our own data. I'm in the process of making money off my own data. And guess what? 6 months or 12 months from now, I may be able to sell that data to a company like Facebook or Google instead of them buying and selling and getting me in the trap. They're like the middlemen. So we're giving people an opportunity to be able to generate income here over the next 6 to 12 months, 1 to 2 years, possible retirement. This is a thing called a super wallet. It collects your data. You're in control of it. You are in complete control of your data. We're going to have our own internet. We're going to have health apps. My friend Rua is making between $55 and $60 a day on her super app just for walking. That's just one of the ways that she's making money. About $55 a day, and that's going deposited into her account, which she can retrieve money out of when she wants to. But of course, that's a process. So she's getting paid she's making money on her own health. She's also getting paid, just like I will be, for using the internet. I will, if I go search for products, if I go, whatever it is that all of that data that's being, instead of me selling, giving it away, we're collecting it. It's your data and you're going to be able to make money. We have our platform ready, free registrations for people to get on board that want to learn more about this. It is a free registration. But there's also, like I said, there is a business aspect to this free opportunity if you so desire. If you want to stay on the free platform, I know many people that they can stay on the free platform. You can still generate income from the free platform. There's no risk at all. The only thing is, it's very minimal what you do make over the next 6 to 12 months. But it's free. So as long as someone has a phone, you got wireless connectivity, anybody can do this. And we're going to be opening up markets around the globe. Right now, I mentioned this earlier, there's about 300,000 members currently right now. This Tom McMurrin's, and he's not alone in this. There's some big factors in this. As a matter of fact, just to show you the power of the internet, folks, listen to this. In Silicon Valley here in California, apparently there's something called a crucible where businesses, startup companies, tech companies have to go through in order to be brought out into the market, especially if they call them unicorn companies. So Tom McMurrin's company has been in existence now for about 3 years, 4 years. It's expanding in a very, very high scale. But when he first started this with a few others, they had to go through a process and submit this platform that I'm sharing with you. And you'll have a chance to see it. You're going to begin to see it on my Soldiers of Self-Mastery website. You'll see probably banners on there. He had to submit the business structure and everything else with it, along with 400 and something businesses. It was 455 businesses there. And they had to go through this 6 months vetting process. It was, investigating attorneys, all of that to make sure that it's on the up and up. So 6 months process. It was 455 businesses from what I understand, from what Tom was sharing. And out of those 455, they chose 83 businesses, startup businesses. Out of the 83, Tom McMurrin's business came up as number 3. Now I know Tom. I've been in business with him in the past, or at least we've done some business in the past. So I know he's a man of his word. So I'm excited because, believe me, I've been looking for an opportunity to generate more income myself. We all have work. We have a little business. Maybe your business is not really operating like it should. We're all looking for the most risk-free way. And you say, well, everything's a risk. A job. If you take on a job, that's a risk. If you go to college, that's a risk. If you put your money in the bank, that's a risk. We can't even trust that well these days. So anything in life is going to have some risk. But if you can calculate, if you can study and understand the risk, and I'm not talking about gambling here because that just doesn't work. But you can understand what it is that you might be doing to help other people. And I'm telling you, this is for real. We're actually helping a lot of people around the globe. So we're going to be doing something very special for folks. And like I said, maybe you don't understand clearly what I'm talking about here, a super wallet. But if you want to generate income and you don't have to have money, to do this. You can get registered for free and get inside there so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You can hit me up and say, hey, Santos, I'm interested in learning about what it is that you're doing. Again, I'm not going to make guarantees for anybody, not at all. As I mentioned, there's no risk in here. If you come in free and you register, you get some crypto in your wallet. It grows over the next 12 months. You can take that money out in a year, and it's your money. So it's kind of a blessing. And then if you're interested in wanting to do something a little bit more with leadership, like what I'm doing, then there's a little bit of an entry, right? There's a little bit of an entry fee, which allows you to have access to some pretty cool shit. Some badass technology, man. I'm telling you. Siri has nothing on me anymore. I'm building my own Siri. Part of this platform is if you actually come at the leadership level, you actually have your own, it's your own personal robot like Siri, but as you engage on this platform, that robot will become familiar with you, with what you do, where you go. And we have our own website, or not our own website, but our own internet where you can actually surf and make money from there too. So you don't have to keep giving Google all your time. We have our own platform where you can actually search. Everything that you're doing now, all you're doing is just doing it on a different platform with about 300,000 people and growing. So basically, that's what this super wallet is all about. I'm going to be sharing more about that. And there's more, health, travel. If you travel, you can book your own travel. You make money off your own travel, off your own exercises. If you surf the net, you can make money. If you share the idea, this concept, like what I'm doing, you'll be even rewarded even more. What else can I say? But the robot, Brittany, you can design Brittany. Brittany can be a dinosaur. Once you go in there, it's an avatar. You can design Brittany. I don't know if you can change Brittany's name. I think you can change Brittany's name too, because everybody has that comes in has their own personal kind of a Siri. But what's cool about this is that when you start doing the searches on the search engine that is on the platform, you get customized results. You know, when you do a search right now on Google or Bing or Yahoo, you get a bunch of ads. If you notice that, if you go online, so you get a bunch of ads, you're not really getting what you want. Now imagine if you had somebody when you said, hey, I want to find medium rare steak at 3 p.m. on Friday. And that person on the other side goes out, does all the work for you online. I don't know how, by email, by text or whatever, and sends you all the information about a restaurant, sets up the appointment for you and tells you they're special, and even tells you that that restaurant is excellent with medium rare steaks or whatever you want. That's the difference, and that's where we're going. This is badass, folks. I'm telling you, if you want to see what we're doing, you're welcome to join. And it's free. It's a free registry. So, and you can meet Tom McMurrin, and you can meet my personal sponsor out of Zealand, Rua. She's a very nice lady, and we're just doing some great things. So, all right. Santos's journey wasn't a straight line, but he eventually beat the addiction. I'm beating it every day. Yep. So, folks, any questions that you have, any concerns? We've got to wrap this up. I know you guys got to get going. We're getting hungry. I smell some barbecue or something. Some chicken flats, some chicken wings, something good. Anyhow, folks, it's time to get excited. I know people have been beat up. Most people have been beat up, and we got nothing to look forward to but continue gambling or some other bullshit. Let me tell you something. I'm excited, and again, life can end. Life can end in a matter, but why not take the necessary risks that are the right ones so that you can prosper and become better and learn, right? We learn more. We learn more. That's what I'm about. All right, the numbers are going down here. It looks like everybody's leaving. Nobody, come on. You got a question? Anybody got a question? Addiction, trauma, you motivated, unmotivated, inspired, uninspired? What's going on? I was watching on the replay. All right, folks. 62 minutes. It looks like I'm about the hour. Unless I get another question or something like that, I got to get going. But get excited and visit soldiersofselfmastery.com. We've got something excellent, most excellent going on. We must be practicing every day. You should be growing every day. You should be finding something that pushes you, that you can learn. Maybe it's a little difficult, but you learn it. You begin to practice it, and then you share it with other people. Every day, every day, every day, every day. And if you're not feeling that, if you're not smarter than you were yesterday, you need to look back and figure out where you're taking the wrong steps. You should feel like you're growing when you get up in the morning, you should feel like you grew another 5 inches. Literally feel like you grew another 5 inches. Literally. No, not literally, figuratively. Who knows? Maybe literally too. Some people grow, they do grow 5 inches. They actually grow more than that. I've seen some people, boy, they can put down some tacos. Anyhow, need a substitute. Laura says, I need a substitute. All right, folks, any questions? Any questions? I'm done. I appreciate all of you. Let me see if I can get everybody here. That was Lupita. Thank you for hanging out. I send you belief. I send you strength. You believe. Exercise your mind. Keith, Jim, Race, Blaze, Journey, Laura, Mark, and let me see who else. There was City, Keith. I'm going over. Out of time, and I'm out of time. And Lupita, there we go. Oh, there was Stacy. I don't know where Stacy took off. I think Stacy got scared there. Maybe not. Ken, oh, there we go. What's your best suggestion for someone to do when you get the itch to gamble? Ooh, what you should do. I think self-esteem comes down to how proud you are about yourself. Yes. Let me see. Ken, I don't know if you're still here, Ken. What's your best suggestion for someone to do when you get the itch to gamble? Scratch your itch and don't gamble. Easier said than done, huh? My friend, I've been putting up videos. They're one tip videos. Please listen. Please listen, folks. I've been putting up, they're about 2 to 3 minute videos. They're one tip videos. I don't know if Coach Cephas has been releasing them yet. They got to be edited a little bit, just a little bit, not much. They're short 1, 2, 3 minute videos. They're one tip. You'll see them, one tips. So in each one of those videos, I'm sharing tips that I've actually put into the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy, GABA. You know, we do have a Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. It's called GABA. It might be $49, $79. I don't know how much it is. It's over at the soldiersofselfmastery.com website. So I get in depth in those videos about those tips that I'm sharing. And let me tell you, those tips are very, very effective. They're very effective tips. And if you take one of those tips and begin to practice just one of those tips, just one, you don't have to practice all of them. You get one of those 1 to 2 to 3 minute videos and you get a hold of one of those tips and you begin to practice, you're on your way, bud. You're on your way, man. You're on your way. You're on your way. And that's what I got to say, man. You get those 1 minute. Well, how can you be so confident? Because they're coming from me. They're coming from my mindset. That's why I know. And when you watch those videos, listen, folks, I got to get off here. When you watch my videos, listen, don't listen to what I'm saying so much, but feel the energy in which I'm saying it with, because that's what you need. You don't need the words so much. You need the energy so that you can take action. So now, when you watch my 1 or 2 minute or 3 minute videos, yeah, listen, right? Listen to, pay attention to the energy. Receive. Take, in fact, tell yourself before you watch my video, I'm about to get me some good energy. Watch the video once or twice. Get myself some good energy, some action-taking energy from Coach Santos. I watch the video. And then, again, now watch the video once or twice. That if you really want to get over the field, if you want to get to that destination over that field that's full of brush and trees and loose dirt and all that stuff, you're going to take action and you're going to do it. Exactly just what I shared with you. Simple thing like that. I'm going to get energy right now. I'm going to watch a 3-minute video and I'm going to get energy from Coach Santos so that I can crush this thing. Just like he's in the PNGZ, I can be in the PNGZ. I'm no better than you, right? And you can even say, Santos is not better than me. I can get there too. I can be in the permanent no gambling zone. All right. Yes. You're welcome, Keith. I'm just trying to quiet my mind. Exactly. Peace. Santos, why don't you consider working a rehab center or something? You can do it. I can. It's not enough pay. It's just not enough pay. $15, $16 an hour for me to give up all my time to work in a rehab. I can't do it here in California, man. In California, man, you need to be making $10,000 to $15,000 a month in order to be able to live comfortably. When you're making $5,000 or under, but you make ends meet, right? Even, hey, listen, I've lived off of welfare. I've had I've had the Navy to have to come and rescue me when I fell on my face in 2014. I had no money. I had no money in the savings account, no credit cards. I bankruptcy twice. I had nothing. The VA, the veterans, those were the only, them and a few other resources, they were able to lift me off the ground and say, hey, Santos, we're going to help you, we're going to support you, but you got to go to the meetings, brother. You got to go to the meetings, brother. You're going to have to get your certifications. You're going to have to get the certificates. You're going to have to get out there. Yeah, I know. And I did it. And I did it. I went through all that stuff. I've gone through the psychologist, all of that. I've paid for coaching. I've invested over 30,000, probably over $40,000 in the last 2 years into myself to get to where I am today. Over $40,000 into myself. So that's why I can be confident, and that's why I can share and do what I'm doing. Okay? I'm a product of others. I'm no better than you. I'm no more special than you. You're special. I'm special, right? We're all unique individually. And you just got to find what works inside you. And you got to tap into that thing and pull. Once you got a hold of something inside you, man, rip the cord. Rip the cord and let that thing run. Rip it like an engine, like an outboard engine. Those powerful engines that you go out to the ocean with those fast boats. Man, you rip that thing and that. But when that thing takes off, woo! You can't even see it, man. And that's how you got to be. All right, folks, I'm going to see you guys on the top. At the top on the inside, surf, tie. There you go. Good stuff. Thank you for that. So to all, I will see you once again. Be on the lookout for those one-tip videos. I'm telling you, man, they're out of the park. They're really good videos. And they're going to get you. They'll get you going in the right direction. Peace through strength. Coach Santos, Stockton, California. Soldiers of selfmastery.com. Remember to visit soldiersofselfmastery.com. Peace. And thank you, Jim, for hanging out. Coach Jim was with us tonight there in the feed. All right, folks.